Well, excellent. Welcome, everyone. Tonight is Tuesday evening. We are already in March, although up here in the Northeast, you wouldn't know it. It still looks like it's the middle of January with all the snow and rain and sleet and everything else that we have with piles of snow on the side of the road. But we are excited. This is my favorite part of the day, my favorite part of the week, to be able to introduce Isagenix to so many people that are listening in for the very first time. And we don't know how you got here, whether a friend invited you, a family member, someone that you work with, someone that you know, someone that you met on social media. However you got here, you're here by some stroke of fate, and we're excited to have you. For those of you that are just joining us, you can join us online and follow along with our PowerPoint if you'd like to. Just go to join.me/global exec, EXEC team. And you can do that from your iPhone or Android or your tablet, however you like, or computer. And you can follow along with the slides. And I have got an extremely great announcement for you. We've got Elaine Moody on the call tonight. She's our special guest speaker, and she's going to be joining us in just a minute. And she's going to tell us how in about 18 months, about a year and a half, she was able to leave corporate America after 17 years, and she's now pursuing the Isagenix business on a full-time basis, and we're so excited to hear her story. So with that, let me get started and talk a little bit about what we have in our hands, this convergence of trends. We are all part of the Global Exec team. We call it Get Fit, Get Focused, Get Free. That is what we do, and we're excited to be able to share this, and our team is growing so rapidly within this company. We're one of the fastest growing teams there are nationwide and throughout the world, and the reason for that is for people like Elaine, which you're going to hear about in just a minute. So with that, let's talk about the first trend, which is the perfect storm between the coming of age of an industry, the emergence of a new industry, and a worldwide paradigm shift. Let's talk about the coming of age of an industry. This Forbes magazine article was not too long ago was written by Robert Laura. He's a contributor and he's a retirement activist. And his article was entitled, "Would You Join a Network Marketing Company for Retirement Income?" And when I saw this, I thought to myself, oh, here we go again. This fellow has not been a big proponent of network marketing until this article, and that's why I've got it up here on the screen. He talked about how an entire industry is poised for explosive growth and how it can be one of the most significant solutions to America's current retirement savings crisis. No question about it, the industry has come of age. We're going to talk a little bit about how it's graduated into the next level and how social media is absolutely fueling that. So network marketing, according to Robert Kiyosaki, he says the richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else just looks for a job. And here he is featured on the front cover of a magazine, Why We Recommend Network Marketing with Donald Trump. Why are these people that have such a traditional background, that have had so much success, talk about network marketing? Because it's proven. Modern-day network marketing has, in worldwide direct sales, is now over $125 billion. I mean, that rivals any major industry that you want to put up against it. There are over 16 million people in the United States that are involved in network marketing and direct sales. 82% of women in our country that earn more than $100,000 a year are doing it through this industry. Anti-aging and health and wellness products dominate the industry, and if you've got a product that is just an okay product or a Me Too product, you can do okay. But if you've got a product that's unique, that's emotional, that's consumable, and that is unique to the company, so no one else has the same product because of their own research and development, you have a tiger by the tail, and you can really take off with it. And this is the first thing that I like to talk about when I talk to business people is part-time effort equates to full-time income. There's not too many industries where you can talk about part-time effort equaling full-time income. And the reason for that is because in network marketing, we are the advertising budget. In other words, we're not hiring models, we're not hiring actors, we're not hiring athletes, we're not putting people that have nothing to do with either production or consumption of a product and giving them a piece of it, the middlemen. We're going direct to consumer, and we're telling people about our excitement about a product and about a business opportunity, and that's what fuels the industry. And when you have professionals that are joining our company, like the one you're going to hear from tonight, you'll see why this business has grown so quickly in such a short period of time. There are three core principles to network marketing. Number one, word of mouth. And word of mouth is without a doubt the most credible and cost-effective means of bringing a product to market. Why? People would rather believe someone they know or someone they trust over a manufactured ad campaign. Products that are emotional, consumable, and result-oriented, as I said, are the cornerstone of your success. Without that, you have nothing. And last but not least, residual income trumps all because it can create lifestyle. And I think what you're going to love about listening to Elaine tonight is she's going to talk about bringing up her two kids, working 50, 60 hours a week, and not having really what she wanted out of life. Although she had a good job and she was good at what she did, she wasn't getting what she really wanted, which was lifestyle. So with that, let's talk about how a penny can double every day for a 30-day month and what the effect of that, of what happens with a compounding effect. And the reason I do this is for a reason. First, I'll do the example, then I'll tell you the reason. Watch a penny double, starting at 2 cents on the first day, and then 4, and then 8, and then 16. And at the end of 10 days, you've got $10. At the end of 20 days, you see the progression here, you've got $10,000. But by the end of the 30th day on a 30-day month, you've got over $10 million. And if that was a 31-day month, you'd have over $20 million. The point of this is that network marketing many times is very, very difficult to get started. You know, they say that all of the fuel in a rocket that is taking off and going out into outer space is about 85% of it is used getting off the ground into outer space, and then a baby's breath could move it once it's in outer space. And that's exactly what happens here. You have to put so much effort and energy in up front, but once it's in and your team starts building and growing, your efforts become incidental to how your business grows. And that's the same thing that happens with that penny doubling. And I liken this to 3 years in the business: first year, second year, third year. And that's why we have another workshop that we do called the 3-year retirement plan that talks exactly on that same level. So let's talk about the emergence of a new industry, social media. It hasn't been around that long, but we're all part of it. We're all victims of it. We're all involved with it in one way or another, whether it's, Twitter, Facebook, Viber, WhatsApp, YouTube, the list goes on and on. Social media has taken over our lives, and most of us don't know what we used to do without social media, especially the younger generations. Well, these guys are game changers. The likes of Stephen Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg and people like this that have created companies that allow us to have technology in our hands that literally takes us worldwide from the palm of our hands. Social media and mobile technology are the perfect fit for network marketing. They have literally given us the opportunity to build a business not only here where you live and work, but also on a global basis. We call this the global ping pong. And so many members of our team have seen their business grow outside of where they live, outside of that 10 or 15-mile radius from where they live and work, to places outside the state, outside the country, and literally across the globe. And we're able to get a small percentage of that production that takes place with all those people in different parts of the world as profit to ourselves, because we were the originator of that team, of that network of people that are moving forward. It's absolutely incredible. And if you're listening to this for the first time, and you might be saying to yourself, really? Is that even possible? I don't see how. I don't know anyone outside of this country. I don't know anyone outside of my hometown or my neighborhood. Whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter, because it doesn't take that many people. When I look at a new person, I don't think of that one person. I think of that whole Rolodex that person has created. The average person, according to social psychologists, know 2,000 people on a first-name basis. And if you happen to be a married person, you know 500 people that your spouse doesn't, and vice versa. There's a lot of people in your network, and when you offer this opportunity to people by letting them view a video or listen in on a call like tonight's call, they will self-select. There's no selling here. People will decide on their own whether it's something they're interested in or not. And with that, you start building a team and building a business. What about the worldwide paradigm shift towards prevention? We're seeing this take place in our country in a major way because of the debilitating diseases that have taken place in our older years, and sometimes in our not so older years. Well, according to Paul Zane Pilsner, one of the great economists, served under 3 presidential administrations, he says the global anti-aging product market is estimated at over $290 billion, and he believes that it will be the next trillion-dollar industry. That's the wellness revolution that we're talking about. Toxicity and deficiency is the root of the problem, and what really we're answering here is those questions. What is in our environment that makes us toxic? The air we breathe, the water that we drink, and what makes us deficient? And these are all the things that we have to deal with on a daily basis, and unless you're drinking different water than I am, eating different food than I am, or breathing different air than I am, we're all victims of toxicity and deficiency, and we have products that answer to the concerns of these major dilemmas that are taking place. The staggering statistics in the United States is that 174 million people are overweight, over 92 million of them are obese, and 3 million are considered morbidly obese. I don't know if you can see on this picture right here, but this is a global epidemic, and that's the picture of the world on this man's tummy. And this is the same thing with the United States because, according to some people, most Americans are digging their grave with their teeth because of what we put in our body every day. This is a way to break free of that. I think we've got some great product stories that we can share with you. So they say knowledge is power. So what is the knowledge? The knowledge is, what is Isagenix? What is this company all about? What have they done? What is so different? Well, they have solutions for weight loss, energy and performance, healthy aging, and wealth creation. These are the four main areas that Isagenix answers those concerns. These are real people, by the way, that are not actors, that are not paid to do any of this. This is all people from our company. And the funny part about this is that all of our brochures and all the pictures on our website, same thing, people that are actually within the company. So we have something here for everyone. And now I get to introduce Elaine. I'm so excited, Elaine, self-proclaimed technology geek. I know you spent 17 years supporting corporate tech programs, working a lot of hours. You've had no network marketing experience, but you literally replaced your corporate income after 17 years in less than a year and a half. You are a married person with two wonderful daughters, and you're living the dream. I mean, we see the numbers that you're doing and the records that you're breaking and what's happening on your team. We get so excited, Elaine. Please share with us your story and what your vision is for the future with your team in Isagenix.
Thank you, Maury, so much for having me. I have to say that when you asked me for these bullet points, those were the numbers that came off the top of my head. And to be honest, when I went back and did the numbers, it's been less than 8 months.
Wow.
So my story. So, yeah, I'm a tech geek. That's my trade. That's what I went to school for. That's what I thought I loved to do, and I did love it. I enjoyed working with my hands and doing all of this computer stuff, and I still do. But I wasn't getting the fulfillment of helping people. And somewhere in me, that's what I wanted to do. So I volunteered for about 12, maybe more different volunteer opportunities around the city. And at some point, my husband had to tell me, no, you have to tell them you can't do this anymore. I started to get really sick. And in March of 2013, after I had surgery and I wasn't feeling well and I was trying to recover, I was very fortunate to talk to Jessica Johnston at gymnastics. And our girls do gymnastics together, so it was just a natural conversation that we were having about my health. And she and I went and had lunch one day, and we got started. I was going to get my pack in 2 days. I was all pumped. It was fabulous. I was ready to go. Well, happened to be kind of intrigued in the business. I wanted to know a little bit more. I wanted to know, how do I get my products paid for? So that was lunch. At gymnastics that night, when I went to go pick up my daughter, I saw Jessica. And I'm like, okay, you mentioned there was a business, but we didn't really talk about it. So how exactly do I get my products paid for? So I went from product user during the day to make money at night. And that's when the shift change for me was kind of immediate. I am very quiet, although you probably wouldn't guess on the phone right now. I'm not a boisterous person. I don't go running around talking to everybody. I'm a techie geek. I like being behind a computer. And so I did not go out and talk to everybody and tell them everything. I was very quiet. I was very slow. Truthfully, within 3 days, I was already feeling better, and I knew that I was going to continue on this, and I wanted to get my products paid for. I got my mom. I got my husband. I got some other gymnastics mommies. I got a couple other people that were interested, and we all just started my team. It just started to grow very slowly, very quietly. And then one day, one of our very good friends' husbands came over, and he saw a canister of shake sitting on the counter. And I have to say, I was a little nervous. I'm like, I haven't told anybody I'm doing this. That was months after I started. And he's like, yeah, we were looking into that. I didn't know you were doing that. Isogenics, really? And that's when I realized that I couldn't keep this a secret. I was doing it to start of not telling the people that mattered the most that this is an amazing company. It's an amazing product. You can't get any better on both aspects. And I needed to tell people. I needed to tell the people that I loved. So I needed to share that I was aligned with this company, and I started putting it on Facebook. And people started to come to me. Again, I did not go out and talk to everybody at the grocery store or anything. I'm very true to myself. I have not personally enrolled a massive amount of people. I was very deliberate with the people that I spoke to and how I spoke to them. And honestly, the part that I enjoy the most is helping people one-on-one and rising up the leaders. And, thanks to you and Susan and so many of the leaders above and all of the training and support, I learned how to have those conversations. Again, I used to sit behind a computer, and this was not in my realm of how to network market and how to talk to people about this. But really, it was the belief that this was something everyone needed to have. And I wanted to show others how to rise up and share. And so I've gone from a six-figure salary in a corporate America, working over 50 hours a week, not being fulfilled and not healthy, to last year. So I started in March of 2013. In January of 2014, I was actually let go from my job. I was part of that 10%. I was fortunate to have a little severance and was on a mission I had a drop dead date of I had to make a certain amount by that date. Well, within 2 months, I'd already made that. I had 6 months where I was determined to make it. It only took me 2 months. And 6 months later, I had matched my income. So now this year, 2015, I will probably double, if not triple, what I was making after 17 years in corporate America. And it is so exciting because I am helping people. I'm doing something that I love to do. And there's so many people out there that are craving for a better life, whether it's health or wealth. We all are looking to better ourselves in some way or another. And this is such a fantastic opportunity to do that.
Elaine, I have to tell you, the trajectory you're on is the same trajectory that Susan and I were on. We went from 90,000 in our first year, which, by the way, we only made 30,000 in our first 9 months, and then boom, we ended up doing in the next 3 months 60,000. So we made 90,000 in the first year and over 440,000 in the second year. And third year, we're about to become Isogenics millionaires. We just celebrated our 3-year anniversary 2 days ago in the company. Mm-hmm. That's the exact same trajectory you're on. And guys, if you're listening to this for the first time, we're not telling you this to boast or to brag. We're telling you because we are normal people. And I love what you said, Elaine. You're deliberate about who you speak to. You got determined, but you have no experience at this. And you were able, in that short period of time, you think about this, in 18 months, you've set up a retirement plan for your family that's going to go on with or without your efforts and probably double next year, if not triple. It's the exact same trajectory we were on, and you're building 2 teams, 2 amazing teams, by the way. Your teams are just blowing out, and it's just so awesome to watch. Another thing that you said, for new people that are thinking, oh my gosh, maybe she's special, maybe she has something that I don't have. You do. You have determination. You have a great work ethic. You posted a few things on Facebook. You weren't obnoxious about it. You just said a few things, and people watch, and they listen, and then they self-select. They decide whether or not it's something that they're interested in. I had someone today, might be on the call tonight. If you're on the call tonight, Brian, great. But he's been watching me for probably over a year. And he made a comment about a post that I put up on Sunday actually, and now he's coming in with a product package, and he's excited about getting started. So I will tell you, you just never know. because you don't have to sell in this business. You just have to share. You've had some great results on the product. I've seen the transformation physically. It's been outstanding. Is there anything you want to add before I close out the meeting tonight? Anything about the product or anything about family or anything like that?
Well, I mean, honestly, the products are truly amazing. There's nothing better on the planet. I have never had such low body fat. And I wasn't even going for that. That wasn't even my goal. I was trying to get healthy and feel better. And here I am, like, rocking out some muscles. And and then my kids take their shakes to school for lunch instead of the gross lunch that they serve there. And it's a family thing for us. It's just we all love this, and it's part of our lives, and it always will be.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. I think we're going to see you in a couple of days.
Yes.
If you're going to Charlotte.
I'm here.
Awesome. I can't wait to see you. So we're excited, and Elaine, thanks for being on the call. I got a few more slides to finish up, and then the real meeting starts when you get back to the person who invited you to tonight's call and get your questions answered. So again, thank you, Elaine. It was so nice having you on the call tonight. The next thing I do want to talk about is market disruptors. I want to talk about how companies like Apple disrupted the way we communicate, and companies like Amazon on the internet disrupted the way that we shop, and companies like Google disrupted the way we get information. I'm here to tell you that Isagenix is disrupting the way people create income. When you think about spending 17 years in corporate America and being able to rival that income within a year and replace it within 18 months and be on a trajectory to double or triple that over the next year or 18 months, that's absolutely unheard of. And you know what? It's deliberate effort. She has more lifestyle now than she had before. And this is just one story of many. If I could just give you a magic pill and you could hear all the stories of people like Elaine on her team and our team that are doing the exact same thing, we're just moving like a freight train right now. So what do all these different companies have in common? One thing, they provided a better way. And that's what we have with Isagenix, is a better way. Isagenix began in March of 2002. They're 13 years old. They've currently done about $3 billion in cumulative sales since they've been in business. They had a 76% increase in worldwide membership last year in 2014. We just hit a milestone for this company. We kept projecting we'd be between 600 and 700 million for 2014, but we actually hit 725 million, which was a $277 million increase over 2013. Here's an amazing statistic for anyone that knows anything about consumer retention. Our products have a 60% consumer retention. These are people that are not in the business. They're not building a business. They're using our product. That's all they do. And we have a 60% retention. That's unheard of in the nutrition and wellness industry. Here's the interesting thing. It goes all the way up to 95% when people do what Elaine was talking about, share the products with other people so they can get their own products paid for. They're fans, and they're telling a few people about it. They're not business builders, but they stay on the products. 95 out of 100 people are on the products long-term, month after month, year after year. We're currently in 13 countries. We plan to be in over 50. We hit 137 millionaires. Sorry, I have to update this slide. I saw on Facebook today we hit 137th millionaire. But the interesting thing about that is we only had 130 millionaires at the beginning of January. Talk about we're in a momentous phase of growth right now. We're knocking off millionaires left and right. These are people that have earned over $1 million in personal income. That's not how much they had in sales in their organization. This is personal income, guys. And in 2015, our sales projections are somewhere between $950 and $1.1 billion. Absolutely amazing. Now, for those of you that might be saying to yourself, boy, they're talking a lot about money on this call tonight. I'm not all about money. And, I have to say that this is a business call, so we do talk about money. But the good that people do with the money, my wife has a big heart for charities, big heart for Africa and charities in this country. I know a lot of people on our teams do the same thing. We've got teams that adopt children with special needs. We've got so many groups of people that are doing so much good with this money, because you can do a lot of good when you have some funds behind you. And it's not all to just consume upon yourself. It just gives you lifestyle, and it gives you the opportunity to give back, and that's exciting. For the first decade, for the first 10 years, all we talked about in this company was product, and we became a consumer-centric company. And that product story grew and grew and grew. But for the next decade, we've got a money story, and that's what I'm talking about tonight. This is the business opportunity. We've got an emerging giant that is about to go into 50 countries over the next 5 to 7 years that is currently in a handful. And we have the opportunity to use that global ping-pong effect to help us grow and help us build our businesses. So I think for those of you that are numbers people, you're going to love this slide the best. And then getting down to the last couple of slides here, this slide is our momentous growth. It talks about when a company starts and it has formulation and then it goes through concentration. But when they hit that little sweet spot that we call critical mass, it's when the growth curve goes vertical. And for us, going at $340 million in 2012, something special happened. There was just about enough people talking about it, hearing about it, that when you said the word Isagenix, people said, yeah, I think I've heard of that. What is that all about? And we started to get name brand net recognition. So from 2012 to 2013, we went from $340 million to $460 million. And then, as I've already pointed out, we went from $460 million to $725 million last year, estimated to go close to $1 billion or over this year. We've got a big promotion that we're running called Billion and Beyond. And that is so exciting to be part of a company that's going to $1 billion and beyond. And we want you to come with us. Can you imagine how many millionaires are going to come out of this? And most of these people haven't come into the company yet. They don't even know about it. They haven't even heard about it. And remember, we don't advertise. This is all done through word of mouth. So it's people telling people telling people. It took us 7.5 years to do our first $1 billion. We did our second $1 billion in 3 years. We did our third $1 billion in 1.5 years, and we're about to do $1 billion in just 1 year, in 2015. That is critical mass. In scientific terms, that means explosion. In marketing terms, it means the same thing. We're excited to be part of this. So if you're a business owner, what would be the perfect business? Would it be a business that had no inventory or overhead or accounts receivable or legal or accounting? Well, that's what this business has. It's in a rapidly expanding industry, not an industry that's flat or declining. You can leverage your time, like J. Paul Getty once said, I'd rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. Corporate leadership and vision is off the charts. I'd put our corporate leaders and our founders up against any Fortune 500 company in the world, because they are that good, and they're growing their corporate infrastructure, building their own building right now in the process, and hopefully breaking ground on that within 1.5 years. It's going to be amazing. Exponential growth, worldwide expansion, lucrative compensation plan that can create residual income that once it's earned and people are on these products and you've got 95% retention, that income just goes on and on and on with or without your efforts. That's exciting. Gives you the opportunity to build it once and create a long-term income that you can do whatever you want after that. And by the way, this is something that can be handed down from generation to generation. So you're saying to yourself, what can I expect, Murray? If I get involved and I work that first year, can I make $50,000? Can I make $100,000 in my first year? Well, absolutely you can in 12 months or less, and I can only tell you that through personal experience. What about mid-six figures? Can I get there within 2 years? Absolutely can. It's doable. So many people have done it. What about high six figures? Can I do that in less than 3 years? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, Elaine, you mentioned Jessica Johnston. She did it in less than 2 years. She's an amazing person, and she's built an amazing team, and there's so many people on her team that are doing the same thing. We're so excited. Can't wait to see Jessica this weekend. This is what is happening, guys. This is real people with real results, and we're excited about it. This is what is referred to as maxing out one business center. This is not a training call, so I'm not going to get into the compensation plan tonight. That's for another night. We actually do that Friday mornings, and we're going to do it this weekend in Charlotte. And we're going to explain how to max out a business center, but that's when you're making over $700,000 in residual income annually. That's exciting, and that's for building two teams. Isagenix is perfectly positioned to capitalize on this convergence of trends, which is propelling this amazing opportunity. Your next step is to do what everyone else did before you and try the products. Get on the products, get the blender going, start using the products, use the cleanse. Make sure you go through the process of having someone coach you through it, because I will tell you, with all the videos we have and all the product websites, you will have phenomenal results. You'll feel results. A few weeks ago, I had Carol Elizabeth on this call, and she talked about how people feel results in a matter of 3 to 4 days. you feel like, oh my gosh, what is in this stuff? And you find out it's all natural and undenatured protein that comes from cows in New Zealand, which haven't been touched and treated, that makes this product special. And we do spend a lot of money on the ingredients in these products, but because we don't advertise, we can get them to our associates and our customers at a reasonable price. Guys, we invite you to join us. It's 9:30. We did our 30 minutes. We're excited that you joined us on this call. Our mission statement is to impact world health, to free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process, create the largest health and wellness company in the world. We invite you to join us. Thanks for being on the call. Elaine, thanks for being an awesome guest speaker for us tonight. I look forward to seeing you this weekend. Good night, everyone.